And this is my candle for healing for coronavirus. I had already told you what the ingredients were. I just wanted to show you the lit candle, and I said a prayer over it, blessed it, and just going to show you and just have some things that I feel like that called to me to put in there. But I used the blue candle for healing. I used the blue, and it has hyssop and a couple of flowers, some chips, turquoise and rose quartz chips, and I spoke a blessing of healing over the world, and there it is. And I'm gonna leave that lit and light it ever for the next day or two until that candle is burned down, and just sending healing, love, strength, peace, and joy throughout the world. Hey guys, this is Linda. I just was about to do a healing for the world kind of community working that I've gotten together in my mind through intuition. So I just was going to share this with you. And with the coronavirus, I just kind of wanted to do a healing candle as a community service to our country, to our communities, and to the world. So sometimes I like to use the crystal chips, and I like to use turquoise because they're very healing. So I like to put sometimes the crystal chips in my workings just to kind of magnify. I'm gonna put a couple of amethysts, and I go by, when I'm doing things, sometimes I go by what is traditional, but most of the time I go with my intuition as my intuition guides me. So I'm gonna put a little few of those in there, and just a couple of rose quartz for some healing. There are some herbs that I do have and some that I don't, but I am going to put a little basil in there. I got a couple of flowers that I had bought that I was going to start to dry out. So I am just going to kind of cross those up and put a couple of those in there, a couple of pieces of that in there. And then hibiscus is very healing, purifying, and that kind of thing. So if I can get this open with one hand, I am going to add some hibiscus leaves in here that are dry that I have. I'm sorry, you guys. One of these days I'll have something to, and I do have something, I just don't always use it. Something to hold my, so like I said, I'm going to put these dried hibiscus leaves around in here. And there are those. Put a few more in there. I use sometimes either doTERRA or other oils when I don't have things, and I just use a few drops. This is On Guard by doTERRA, and I'm just going to put a couple of oil. Got some in my hand, and I'm going up on my candle because I want to send that to the world pretty much. And this is a oil. Is this by doTERRA too? Yes, and it's called Breathe, because in more ways than one, the earth needs to breathe, and so do our people. So I'm just putting a couple of those in there. And this myrrh that I have is just, it's kind of, there, the top's hard. Like I said, when you, and I'm gonna put a couple of drops of that in there. There we go. All done. Gonna come over here so that you can see. Well, I pray for, send out peace, healing, love to our world and to our country. I send out healing energy to all that need that healing energy today, to release congestion and anything that's stopping up the flow of healing energy and good energy throughout the world. And I send that through to every country. We pray for peace, worldwide healing, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And as these words are spoken, we know that is so. And we just send those blessings out. And then, so this is the candle that I'll be using. I will light that here in a few minutes. And I have a little tray that I use. Okay, just a minute. I have a tray that I use. So I'm going to put that on the tray to get the energy flowing and going.